Welcome to the latest episode of the Tell You What podcast with me, one half of it, Talal, Jomar, and the face of the podcast, really, my wonderful co-host, Sean Aleavey.
Oh, just let me that clock keeps ticking like a metronome.
I'm good. I'm good. Oh, what? We're like, we'll let Talal do the intro this week. And I was like, I wonder, because I'm obviously the face of the podcast and Talal's the audio, can you get through it without stuttering? And you didn't. So,
Yeah,
the second word, you're like,
I know.
hello, hello. I was like, for fuck's sake.
I know. But you're here. Anything I have to say is worth waiting on. You know what I mean? So it's
That's
worth
it.
having a bit of a stutter.
We've got a bit of a new look. You're seeing Talal in 4K there. No one requested it, but we're giving to you.
If the views go down, it's
Yeah.
back. It's back to the laptop. Back to the laptop camera. Let's put it out there. You know.
When you see the
Sweat.
Spotify listeners just go
Sweating from
through the
earlier.
roof, everyone on audio only platforms being like, I can't look at them 2 hours, but I can't be looking at them.
I'm still sweating from earlier on there. So
I know. Do you know what? I don't even want to talk about it. We're away. We're away. Let's just say we were dancing with the stars, and we didn't belong.
100%.
We didn't belong.
Anyway, no,
How's it for you?
Yeah.
What have you been up to?
great. Working away, which is something you know little about, Sean. You know, you were sort of talking earlier on. Tell us about your job hunt. Let's get into it. Your job hunt.
Do you know what it is? I've been back home now for over a month, and let's just say the kitty's low. The committee's getting worried about how Sean's going to feed himself, and you'd actually be like surprised how like I used to always think like, oh, need like X amount to get by every month. And don't get me wrong, I do have bills and certain things to pay off, but like, fuck, I've been living on nothing. Like, I mean, like scraping through life. And it's gotten so bad now to where like, so like the reality of it's sunk in. I need to get a job. Like I need to get back out there. And I went for a job interview during the week there, and they offered me it, and it's like slightly inconvenient to me. So I'm like, nah, don't want to go back. I'm like desperate, but I'm not that desperate.
I see that you said there. I'm not working. I'm sort of getting by on nothing. I am working, and I have to get by
Yeah.
on nothing. Like sort of a bit. I mean, minor inconvenience. I don't have to work. That's just like I have to work. I have responsibilities. You know what I mean? Which is another word, children. I have
Yeah,
to work.
yeah.
So you going? I might take the job, might not. Like. I have went wrong in life. I feel we should have this podcast 10 years ago would have been sweet.
Yeah. See, since we've started this podcast and like getting to know you better, I've been like back in the condoms, back in the pill, back in everything. The best contraceptive ever. I might go get the snip, honestly, after about another week's episode.
I always say this. I'm glad I waited to have them. That's all I'll say. I'm glad I waited. Like we were both ready to have them at the time. Any other time, I'd have been like, I don't want to do this. Like,
Yeah.
it's like I don't want to do this. I couldn't picture myself being 20 odd, like mid 20s with kids. I'm like, nah, too much life I have to do yet.
I've said this before, but like I think like see like fellas, especially like if when like people know right when you're not ready to have kids, but then sometimes like you know people have kids earlier than planned and stuff like that. For women, I think women carry it quite well and sort of like be like, no, it's a miracle, it's a gift, we're blessed and stuff like that. But like that's women to women. See men to men. It's like it's honestly like you telling the lads in the group chat is like you didn't get through judges' houses. That's horrendous. It's so
It
bad.
is. It is, and I know, but it's not, like it is one of those ones where like I love them, and the best thing ever, and all the usual cliches. Like,
Mhm.
but I think the fact I enjoy them so much now is because I was ready. It's what I sort
Yeah.
of wanted, if that makes sense. Like I'd done most of the stuff I wanted to do in life. Let's put it like that. Do you know what I mean? So
You can definitely spot the
Yeah.
dolls at the play park that are sitting there being like, I should be drinking in this play park on my own, not looking after. You're the ones that like resent them, being like, fuck, I had it all.
Yeah.
I could have been playing the county here, and I'm in the park looking after you two. Like you see it in their like soul.
Like this sums us up. We were driving to where we were going today, and I was like, "Fuck, that's a Delhi play park. I made tickets under there. We are looking for different things out of car windows. Let's face it. You know what I mean? You were talking about. I know what you're going to do. Traveling the world again. I'm like, that's a nice play park. I might take it up there someday.
And here it looked like every other play park I've ever seen in my life.
I know.
I think I'm one of them. Like I'm like one of them. Like do you know them? Like if there was an apocalypse and like an animal, like do you know, like crocodiles survive the fucking like the ice age? I'm one of those. Like I would survive like like the worst of the worst. Like I've just come out through the cracks, and they're like, "How the fuck did he get by?" And I'm like, "We don't know, but he's still here, like kicking about." Like
you'd be the guy making money during an apocalypse. Just
no,
something you would have something stored away from about 20 years ago.
here.
I'll fucking tell you.
It is a miracle I'm not back home in Europe this week selling hot scarves and headbands to Armagh fans. Like that is my true calling in life. Like I had a business idea one time. I still stand, someone else go do it because just prove me right. I had a business plan one time to go to Cathedral Quarter in Belfast. And sure where that umbrella sign is, it only rain. There's only fucking 7 types of rain in Belfast: Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. And I was like, I am gonna go with a Polaroid camera, take photos of tourists, and sell them that for like a tenner. And I'm like, that's the greatest idea I've ever had in my life. But I'm too couldn't be arsed. I'm still getting by. I'm not desperate enough for me to do that yet. And that's no problem.
I might actually take it up as a part-time job. Like, I can't do stand up a night of photographs taking Koreans here. So that's the way to do it. So we'll just get into it.
Yeah, we'll get into it. We'll get into it. Our section 1, everyone's absolute favorite, Talal's rants of the week. Talal, what is on your mind this week?
I have a thing, right? And it's to do with TikTok. Now, I know people just stop watching it, right? But there's a specific thing that people do on TikTok that drives me insane, right? And these people need friends. They need friends to go grab them by the neck and go, fucking catch yourself on.
Mm-hmm.
Have you seen these people who put on these dramatic performances? It's like POV, you've just found out. And it's real harrowing shit. Like I see one guy, I think he's quite popular. It's like POV, you've come home and found your son dead in his bedroom.
What?
I know, and him sitting like, roaring into the camera, and I'm like, how is this content? Like, how is this even like?
Is it like for like an acting tape, like that kind of thing?
No, he's just doing it. He must be trying to be an actor, but it's just like POV, and it's like, what the fuck is wrong? Or have you seen the people? Or have you seen the worst things? Is like it's like people who like are these people who try and be like philosophical, and they're sitting in their car, and they're like. And I'm like, if I seen somebody recording this, I would rip them out of the car and I would sellotape them to a fucking lamppost. They're like fucking sitting in the car going like, I loved you and you were the one for me and I don't want to love anybody else and you broke my heart. Fucking any wonder she left you. You absolute fucking
you're sitting in a parking ride and fucking grow up.
But they're all ended and then they're like, and they all say this and it's like real like somber music behind. They're like this quote hit me deep, and it's the worst quote in the world. It's like if you're still friends after you break up, only one person was in love. And like, how does that even make oh fucking drives me insane. Like leave the quotes to the people from way back when, you know what I mean, leave them to the fucking to the quotes. Glad to get that off my chest. Sack them on, right?
But hold on, let's dive into this first one because I can't skip over this because my algorithm, Talal, again, the difference between me and your life is like girls shaking their booties. You know, it's like it's not the same at all. But the only thing I've seen of that is like there was like one. It was like a mum, and she was like obviously like a single parent, and she was making like this homemade cake. And she's like, you don't know what single parenting is until you're making your own birthday cake the night before when your kids are on bed. And she's screeching down the camera, and I'm like, this couldn't be more set up if you tried. Do you know what I mean? Like, who thinks I'll make the birthday cake, start crying, and then video it? What are you trying to achieve?
Think about it. You've more the cake to yourself. You know what I mean? Look at it. You know what I mean? You don't have the dad there you don't have your husband there to take the rest. Take the fucking. Oh,
also, no, if there's a dad, if I don't know, like me and you are from outside the city, maybe city folk do that kind of activity, but there's no fella I know making his wife a cake. If he's lucky, you'll go to the local sort of bakery and go get one the day of, sort of thing. Like,
so I'll give you a hack, right? This is if you ever have children, right? So my kids loves like making cakes. You just buy the worst, like the cheapest thing you can, and it kills time for about 3 hours.
Right.
And literally, it might say put in 100 ml of water, right? So it's like one of those like water and eggs. And like I'll pour 5 ml at a time, and she thinks this is class. She's scooping in water with a wee 5 ml spoon. And that's it. And you stick it in the oven, and that's it. 20 minutes is done, and then you just get her to fire shite over it, and that's it. It's more the sentimental value. It saves you buying a real fucking dear cake because you just fire like, oh, Maddie made this for you. You're gonna have
good idea. Yeah, that's actually shit. Do,
It is
do you know
stinking.
what? With the way my current finances are, I'd have kids and then go down to the cathedral quarter with my Polaroid and be like, "There's some cakes for sale as well." And the kids are actually working as like a sweatshop.
Yeah,
Be fucking,
yeah,
hey,
hundred
stop
percent.
complaining, make that fucking fairy cake. We have to
And
exploit tourists.
here's my second one, right? And this is, I don't, you know what? It's probably gonna get a wee bit of stick, but I don't care, right? Subway, fuck Subway
Oh,
to the death, right? The need, right? I'll tell you, it's not even the product. It's the fucking employees in Subway, right? There's a Subway not too far from where I live, right?
hmm.
And I go in, right? And I was like, "Can I get a 12-inch Italian?" Oh, we don't have any Italian bread. I goes, "Well, you do because I'm looking at it."
Yeah.
Oh, but they're only 6 inches. And I went, put two together. Put 6 and 6 is, you know what I mean? You're going to cut it in half anyway.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh well, oh but no, but you're looking at 12 inch. Aye, yeah, yeah. Put two together, and next thing, can I get chicken and cheese? Do you want it toasted? Yeah, can I have it toasted, please? And then it comes out, and it takes them so long to put what do you want on it? And I'm like, lettuce, peppers, red onion, and they go to, and I was like, I didn't say olives. Like nothing I've said there as any kind of remoteness sounds like olives,
hmm.
and they call themselves sandwich artists, and I hate that.
I'm staying very quiet here because I used to work in a subway. Do you know this?
Fucking
Do you know this?
no,
Yeah.
no.
I used to work in a subway, and here I'm gonna back this theory up 1,000,000%. Fuck, like right. I went in on my first day. It was like the first ever job I had, and I had the owner of like the franchise from the area I worked in, um, like there to train me. And he took me in, and he was showing me like he's like, see this bread and all this bread we make is fresh every day, and see this slice here. This is called a hinge cut slice. This is a crafted. This is a craft. And then he just looked at me dead in the eyes after I made the first sandwich. He was, see that now, son? See you? You're a sandwich artist now. And I was just like, I'm getting paid £3.50 here. I'm a broke fucking student. Like I'm not a sandwich artist. Like I am. Do you know what I am? I'm desperate for money. That's exactly what I am right now.
And hey, you know what? I would have more like it must be hard working in any kind of like food industry. I'm sure it is tough and you get assholes, but it's like they're just you must have to have an IQ below 10. No offense, Sean. You must have an IQ below
Yeah,
10
pretty much.
to work in it. And I'm like, because see, I remember that, and I get so irate. I was like, but just put two 6 inches together.
Yeah,
No, but you're looking at 12 inch. We don't. I was like, I but still charge me the same for
yeah,
12. It's you're gonna cut the fucking thing in half anyway.
yeah.
Anyway, Subway, fuck Subway.
I was so like. So I actually ended up like opening and closing the store by the time I was like 17, I think, when I was working there, which was here. They was like, you get an extra 50p for opening and closing. I was like, show me the money, baby, show me the money. And, but they're so like tight on margins in there, Joe, with like honestly, it's like you need to put 3 lines of pepper on. You need to have like everything's calculated. And I get that with the meat and stuff like that, but like that sort of shit drove me mental. But the thing that like completely drove me mental in there is whenever someone would ask for more cheese and they'd go, "Oh, we'll have to charge you more. It's double cheese." Never once in my career at Subway did I charge people extra for cheese. And I'm like really proud of that. I was just like, man of the
Good
people
man,
here.
Sean.
But
Good, you are.
Joe was the best thing about it. So R1 was like trialing you could apply to trial like a new like food in the place, like some like new toppings. And then the Nuri one, I've just given away where I worked, sorry to the Nuri franchise owner. But the Nuri one, do you know what we had on trial that we were testing for the whole of the UK and Ireland? Coleslaw. And by it
Class.
was selling like hotcakes. Oh,
Was
coleslaw on
actually
Subway. It was fucking unreal.
seriously.
Oh, it was class.
Ah,
And then they're like, no, it doesn't stay fresh for long enough and all these other issues they had with it. But fuck, coleslaw
ah.
on a Subway was class. Like I loved it.
But it's like you go into this, and I think it's just this particular one that I would go to, and I don't go to that often because it
Mhm.
makes me so angry. There might be two people behind the counter. Surely they go, right, tell you what, I'll put the meats on, put it in the toaster. Whenever it beeps, you then put the salad on and then pay. You take
Yep.
payment. No, no, no. That makes too much sense. That's too much sense. So I can talk about Subway for 6 hours. I
No,
hate the
I
place.
know what you mean because like you imagine how annoying that is, right? I'll give you a different point of view. You finding that annoying. Imagine working with that person every fucking day, being like, you are a gobshite. Like
Uh,
it got so bad
I
in there.
know.
I remember the reason I actually left that job was because I was starting to go to like apply for university and stuff, and I had a real tough time of getting into university. And the owner of the franchise pulled me one day and he goes, "Look, I think we can find like a way to help you get into university and stuff like that." And I was like, "Fucking class, what is it?" He goes, "There's this online course you can do. It's Subway University." I was just like, "What?" And he's like, "It takes you from being a sandwich artist to a sandwich artist master 5,000, whatever the fucking term was he used. A sandwich professor, I think it was like the term he used." And I just was like, I think I need to leave this job. This isn't for
Yeah,
me. Like, this is not the
like
one. Like,
it's like people who work in Apple stores call themselves geniuses. They're not.
they're not. No, they're
you,
just
you would own your own store if you were a genius.
yeah,
You're
yeah.
not. You're just
They just struggle to make
someone
eye
charging me.
contact. Like, it's kind
You're
of
so yeah. You're charging me 70 quid for a lead. I'm gonna bet 10 for fucking Amazon. Anyway, that's me rant.
so Subway and what was the other one? People being emotional. I love how you're like people being over emotional, and you're coming on a podcast crying about Subway employees.
But it's just that specific genre of like go on to like TikTok and it will come up. There's people in, as I say, people in cars to talking about their ex fucking girlfriends and all. It's just like, or like these three shitty quotes and all. Like fucking wise up.
I can't
Grow
help
up,
people.
wise
I
up.
can't help people being over emotional on social media. Like we have to put ourselves out there on social media, and even like that is difficult.
Aye,
People just don't have any shame anymore. I think is the issue.
I know.
I tried a bit of stand up recently. I don't think I'm gonna keep it, so I'll share it on this. But it was like, do you remember like back in the day, you might have been like going on a date or something, so you'd like push out a few push ups or something in your room before heading out, and like you'd hear your dad coming in, and that would have been the most embarrassing thing ever if he had caught you doing push ups
Aye,
in your room. Like, and that
yeah.
was in your own house, and now people are in the car crying in public. Mental.
It's like I still get like whenever I put stuff on social media, I still have mates going, "You're a complete loser," and I might have done something cool or said something like, "Dream come true." Like when I done support for Shane, they're gonna here
Yeah.
huge moment, right? Put up a thing, and one of my mates screenshot it, put into the group chat. I went, "You're a fruit." Like get out of his hole. And I'm like, but like it's a big deal for me. You know what I mean? So
You know what though? Those are the kind of people you need around you. Those are they are you need you can always tell the boys that don't have someone like that in their life.
because I'll tell you why. I put up a TikTok about 8 months ago, 9 months ago, and it was taking the piss out of like them emotional speakers.
Mhm.
And do you know the phrase "never back the early kickoff"?
Yep.
Do you know that phrase?
Yep.
So basically, this like somber music behind me sitting in the car going, this is deep quotes, episode 403. This one is the deepest one yet. Never back the early kickoff.
That's class.
Isn't it class?
That is class.
But you know what? This is before I didn't know how to turn down the volume on the sound of it. So it was shit. And maybe it's like to goes delete that. That's shit. Like, okay, so we'll delete
Relaunch it. We'll do one this week and see how many views it gets. Bring it back. Actually, wait until the season starts. Wait until the season starts.
The season starts.
Back.
Right, that's me ranting done. It's now time for Sean Aleavey's local news.
Last week, I feel like we came out with a bit of a harsh one. Someone messaged me and saying, "This is why you laughing at a woman that got mugged on a bus." And I goes, "Because it's fucking hilarious," is the answer to that one. But this is actually quite a nice story this week. So this one is, and I can't believe I'm reading this. Mayo woman set to become the first Irish person in space. What do you think of that for a headline?
That's unbelievable. An achievement to have. Like, how long is going to be aware for? Like, will she be back in time?
Back in time for what?
To like,
Cook
will she
dinner?
be back?
Jesus
I
Christ.
mean, like,
She needs to clean the house and pick the kids up from school. Oh no.
back in time for the soaps. I mean, there's some people within us that we've picked. Will she be back? But like, there's some people go to space knowing that they're not going to come back, or when they come back, they're going to be like 90.
Yeah.
Because time works.
I know, yeah, it's different up there. It's like one of those like Virgin do you like the Virgin ones, the Branson ones that like kind of like it's like a commuter sort of a commuter one, like a he's trying to like it's one of those who's going to the edge of space. But it says it's going to take 2 hours, and I'm like, I've been on a plane longer to fucking Portugal. How the hell are they getting to space in 2 hours?
It took me 2 hours diving through Belfast today. There's not a fucking chance. There's not a chance. So that's mad. But to be the first person, that's what like what I meant was it's gonna be back in time to like get to the local bar and go, you never guessed right, was there?
Yeah.
Take a look up there. I was up there.
Just back in time to one of her mates being like, "You're a fruit, being in space." What's up, fruit shot?
Who do you think you are?
Yeah. You're getting too big for your astronaut boots there, love. Brutal.
Yeah.
Well, she's a doctor, right? So she's from County Mayo, lives in Dublin now, and she's going with, and this is the part I'm finding a bit confusing. She's going with another woman from the US and another woman from Canada. Now, how she's going to converse with them two, I have no idea.
I know the way the way they talk's class, like the Mayo accent's lethal.
Yeah, and it's just like, I don't know, she'd be like, at like 30 minutes in, she's like, "Have you heard of the Mayo curse?" And like, they're like, "What?" Like, what do you want us to talk about?
The Mayo curse were like, have you ever seen the Hardy Boys?
Yeah.
Hardy Bucks. Have you ever seen the Hardy Bucks? They live just right in the corner from me there. Oh, what a story. But imagine being that first person to be, if you could be the first person, Sean, from you to do something, what would it be?
I definitely wouldn't be space. Space doesn't really, and I would like the bragging rights to go into space. The first person to do something. Don't know. There was a guy from here that was like the first man on Ireland to climb Everest. That was pretty cool. I think that would be kind of like, but I have no interest in climbing Everest. I'd like to be. It would be comedy related, so I'm not going to give like a shitty answer. Do you know, like a cheesy answer? Like it would be like first person from Newry to like, I don't know, do the SSE. I don't know, something mental like.
Is Mommy Bonder not from Newry?
She's from Derry.
Oh, she's from Derry. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought she was a Newry one.
No. What about you? Well, if you're like the first person to do something, what would it be? First man from Tyrone.
First one from Tyrone to Free Ireland. First man to, I don't know, something. I don't know. I'd like to I'll tell you what I want to do. I think I told you about this before. I want to be the first man from Tyrone to take a pint in every county in Ireland, all consecutive over like a weekend.
So like a 32-day run and just do every like county sort of thing like that.
Oh yes. I think that would be class.
Joe, we have there's like a group that does trying to do a gig in every county in Ireland. Have you heard of this?
Yes.
I've done like 11 or 12 maybe, which is actually kind of up there. A lot of them are hard to do.
Yeah, it's pretty good, yeah. Yeah,
a lot of them are hard to
pretty
do.
Good. Which is why I want to, if you could incorporate, because I actually want to do this for charity, if you could incorporate that every county you go to, you do like 5 minutes of like stand up. Doesn't matter if anybody's there, you've gigged.
Yeah, true.
And I'm telling you, after the first lot of counties, and if you've done it well on like social media, it would build up a bit of a following. And next thing you have people going, "Oh, come on, see these bites are."
Yeah.
They're 26 counties deep here. They're coming to kill you.
Yeah.
Next to let's go here.
It'd be so easy too, because you people would know you're doing it, and every county you go into, you'd be like, "This is a kip. That last place was a kip." Do you know what I mean? Just slag off the previous place you're in, and they're like, "This guy's great. This guy, we love him." Little do they know, next fucking county you go to, they're going to be singing the praises of it.
Exactly same thing. So that's an idea. I don't know if I'll do it. I'd love to do it next summer. Like if you took 4 or 5 days at it, like.
It would. Do you know what though? I always say with these things, it would be so nice to be famous enough where like you could do it. Do you know, like imagine like everyone knew who you were and just like Tommy Tiernan could do it. Do you know what I mean?
But why? There's no reason why we couldn't do it. You know what I mean?
There isn't a reason why we couldn't do it, because you could literally just do a gig anywhere and be like, "I'll
exactly
stand up." Yeah.
But at least you could then say, "Yeah, we're the first people to do a gig at every." No, you have to have a pint and every county on a gig and every.
I think the pint would slow us down a wee bit, like mobility wise.
You imagine your 8th pint and you're going to your 8th gig, doing your same opener for the 8th time. A little bit me.
Yeah.
Name's Talal Jomar, but you didn't expect me to sound like this.
He's back.
Yeah.
The other thing I want to talk about go back to the space talk is, correct me if I'm wrong, right? I don't know much about space, not my area of expertise, but have we not sent like monkeys and dogs and all sorts into space? It seems like we've been quite, like Irish people have been kind of quite far down the running order here.
Yeah, I think it's because anywhere like the Irish school, they sort of seem to like settle.
They're afraid.
fucking, you do yourself. One person went to Australia 10 years ago. Now half the country's there. It's just going to be a load of lads from Cross McLean standing on the moon. Fuck Jesus, why some spot up here?
Yeah.
That's what I think it's going to be. So that's why they've all been like, no, we're not sending any Irish just yet, because they will find the bar. They will find the pint.
Jupiter GAA, fucking the fucking intergalactic fucking championship Sundays.
Yeah. I'm telling you, that's the way I think the Irish are going up there. Also, because the Irish are very like laid back. They're going, fuck, sure, I might go up tomorrow, I might not. See how I feel tomorrow. You know what I mean?
if there's a wee bit of money to be made, you know for a fine fact it'll be all over like the TikTok. Like your woman will come back and be like, so here's why I do FIFO to space. And it's like,
but I wonder how much that. The only thing is though, like, because I know Richard Branson a few years ago had done that thing to space, was like, but it's a one-way ticket. What the fuck's the point in that?
No, you don't.
Because surely if I'm going to space, I want to come back and tell people I was in space. Like, I want to be like, yeah, I was in space.
Yeah, it's kind of like, because if you're in space and then everyone meets you in space, you've nothing to brag about anymore. Do you know what I mean? You're
nothing.
just unless you get there early enough, and like, this is going to sound real country, is you buy all the land. You get there before anyone. He goes, you just go. He goes, see them stone walls. That's all mine. Inside that's all mine. So it is now. You work for me now. You owe me a tenner. This is the holiday.
You stop your Polaroid camera.
Yeah. That'll be £10, please.
Yeah, class.
I'd be the fella up in space. They'd be like, "Do you take cash? I'll take card. Don't worry about it. Take card."
You know how you get people? Move our wee comedy club to space. 600 comedians land. Fuck's sake.
How many spots going, mate?
Yeah. So that's what I think you should do. Get the space, Sean. You can do it. No bother.
Space isn't for me. Space isn't for me. We'll go on to our global news. We're flying. Look at us sticking to time this week. We're fucking doing great here. Look at us. 3 episodes in.
Flying.
The big one this week, I'm just going to get your reaction to this because every comedian in the world has posted a clip on fucking TikTok on this. Joe Biden out of the presidential race.
Shock horror. Again, he sort of went, I'm not winning this, like, you know what I mean? Especially after Trump got shot in the ear. He's just like, I'm out of this, but everybody knew he's out of it, not because I don't think he wants to be in it. I think he's out of it because he's probably had a moment of realization, because he is quite like senile and went, oh fuck, I'm the president of America, I don't like this.
Yeah,
he's like, that happened. You know what I mean? I think he's just going to be. I think they'll announce his death very soon. Like, so
he hasn't been alive for the past 5 years. Like, he's not real. He's a hologram.
Like, Fabrizio Romano is going to be Washington. Here we go. 100%. Like, he is. There's no way, but I actually think Kamala Harris might actually win now.
Think so? Yeah.
Because the Simpsons foretold it.
Oh, did they? Yeah, so it's definitely happening.
Yeah. Female president, and I think it was this year, maybe.
I'm really not into like American politics and following that sort of stuff. But I caught a glimpse this week. There was a video. Do you follow golf at all now?
Not really, no.
So, a guy Bryson DeChambeau, who like won the US Open, did a YouTube video with Trump this week, and it's like them playing 18 holes trying to break 50, and it is probably the greatest piece of content I've ever watched in my life. It is. Donald Trump is do all this shit he talks about being good at golf. Phenomenal golfer.
Is he actually?
And now, fair enough, he was playing on his own course and like,
okay.
Like, sort of had home court advantage, but he was unreal. But in terms of actual politics, I only take interest in like the mad stuff.
Well, you see, for where I work, the presidential election has a massive impact on us. So Trump getting in probably is beneficial for us because he's very business orientated and very like. So we're all Trump fans.
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah, Trump.
We're getting our bonus this year.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, vote Trump if you're listening in America. You know,
get him in the States. The bit that makes me sad though is like everyone's ripping the dick out of Joe Biden, and I'm like, that poor man, like he hasn't a clue what's happening. Like it's like such it like I love a bit of low hanging fruit, but it's like too low hanging fruit. Like
I know. like I feel as if like I know he wasn't on Epstein's log list, but if he wasn't Epstein's log list, he was there and like just seen a crowd and just followed it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's like, oh, just see what these people are going. Oh, sure, he'll come too. You know, he's just that sort of like, he's just that old boy. You know, has loads of like deadly stories, sitting in a bar, drinking a wee like hot brandy or like a port or something, and like you know what I mean. So just let him live his life out. Like
I
he's just gonna
actually,
be.
I'm pretty sure, isn't he? He's got like roots to Mayo, doesn't he? He's got like connections in Mayo and stuff like that. I think that's where he originated from. So you'd love to see him like retire, come back to Mayo, sit in the pub, be ready to fucking tell his life stories, and your doll walks in from space, and he's like, "What the fuck?" It's just up and off staged.
Him giving the big one. I was president of America, and then somebody goes, "Oh well, that's fuck all. She was in space."
Yeah, yeah.
You
You see your woman parked
better-
outside in disabled space in our fucking hovercraft. She's
yeah, but nah, Joe Biden. Like, sure, if I see the thing on the YouTube the other day, like his worst moments, and like he couldn't even walk up steps, and like I thought I had a speech problem. His is really bad. I actually thought one time he was like somebody dubbed him. Would love to find it, but I've found it ages. Because he would like mumble his words, he'd be like, "Would you?" That's why he put it over like a rap track. Like Joe Biden's a mumble rapper. It was unbelievable. Like, but I don't know. He's just one of those guys. It's just like he's just gonna. I, he will die doing something. As in like I know unloading the dishwasher. Like,
he'll have a really tragic death.
Stop. yeah. So 100% that's he's gonna be gone. Like you know.
But that's big Joe. Happy retirement to Joe. Happy retirement.
Happy retirement,
Happy
Joe.
retirement, big man.
Yeah.
Hope he gets the card.
If you ever want to come on the podcast, Joe, give us a shout.
Yeah.
You're doing that these days.
Yeah. We'll get you on the Zoom, as he calls it.
The Zoom. I can just imagine me being like that boy from that video years ago. That's technology. That's you there. And I'm here. And we're talking. That's technology is right.
Just go live out your true Aleavey self. Have a good time with it.
I know, Joe. Just reach into your Irish roots and just pretend you have no clue what no idea what's going on in the world. Like.
So I've got a double global news headline story this week, and I wanted to talk about and touch on the Olympics is coming on now. Does anybody care about the Olympics anymore? Like,
I care about the Olympics for one reason, right? I'm a massive Andy Murray fan. Huge Andy Murray fan.
I did not see that coming.
Right. Always loved him. Always. I don't know what it was, but I always loved him, right? And so this is his farewell. He's retiring after the Olympics. So that's the only reason I will be watching it. Usain Bolt was the only reason anybody watched the Olympics. He was the only reason. And the thing about the Olympics is it's like it was the best event and it lasted less than 10 seconds.
Yeah. You could literally miss it doing anything. On TikTok, and you miss it one scroll and you missed the whole thing. Like, that's so tragic. Like,
exactly. And that's the only thing that I would have watched because everything else is just like, who cares? You know what I mean? Do you ever see like pole vaulting? Who cares? Like,
it's like so harsh, but it's so true. It's like what I love though about like Irish people is like we don't care about it until somebody wins something, and then we all be like, oh, like remember the boys that did the rowing, and we all were like, fucking rowing's class. Before they won that, nobody hit like rowing. Everyone was like, if you row, you're a fruit.
Did you ever hear Tommy Tiernan's bit about the Olympics?
No.
He's like, every time Ireland wins a gold medal, it's tainted. So Michelle Williams, who won medals in the swimming, he's like, she didn't even know how to swim a week before, filled with PEDs, like filled. He's like, and then Cian O'Connor, who was a famous horse rider, won gold in like the show jumping, and it turns out that the horse wasn't drugs. Like,
no way.
So when them two rowers won, I was like, I wonder what they were on. What did they have in their system? Like, what did they do? But here, I think they got away with it. So that's why when Ireland wins something, and then you have the other side of it too, where they get cheated out, like the boxing.
Oh yeah, the one thing we're actually good at is like the most corrupt sport at the thing. It's the only like subjective sport in the whole fucking thing, and we keep getting robbed.
Yeah. But there's a new. I think breakdancing's in this. I think there's a breakdancing.
That's exactly what I want to talk about. Breakdancing is in this year, and like, why are we picking sports that we're not good at? Like, who's thought we'll add that in? Like, I actually like can't compute the words to describe how angry it makes me. Like, you imagine you're like a Greek philosopher and you're coming up with the theory of the Olympics and the rings and what it means to be an athlete, and then someone's going, "We're going to let some fucking mad boy from New York who raps in a subway and breakdances and baggy jeans in." Like, you shouldn't like say if you're not wearing like sporting clothes, you should. It's not a sport. It's not a sport.
It's like, imagine again, we're gonna go back to walking. Like imagine me walking into my local bar, firing the gold medal on the counter. You go, what's that? Olympic gold? What's that in? Breakdancing. I would get laughed out of the place.
Yeah.
You're barred. You're not allowed. You're not allowed in. You're like, it's mental to me. Like it's
think
crazy.
If we're letting that in, we need to let in like darts. Like bring darts in. Like that's
Man,
a more
darts
legit
Olympics.
sport.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
There's a bit of skill to that. Do you know what I mean?
The Olympic darts would be class.
But like as you say, like where does it stop? Like breakdancing is fucking parkour going to be in it. You know what I mean? People would watch it for because like people are addicted to like stuff where somebody could get seriously injured. Like that's why Formula One is most popular until the first corner. After that, no one gives a shit.
No cars.
Nobody crashed off or turned off. You know what I mean? It's like horse racing. People can fall over it. But do you imagine like parkour and they're doing it like over the New York roof line? You know what I mean? And they're just people. Somebody goes to make one last jump and falls and mangled. Yeah.
Do you know what I blame for this? I blame they've started. It's like a historic thing. They let in stupid events to start with. So like pole vaulting, that is the most ridiculous sport in the world. You touched on it. Imagine being like, I can jump the highest. No, you can't. Oh, but if I have a 30-meter high pole, I can. How is that a fucking feat of like sport and excellence? Or like the one that drives me insane is the triple jump. Be like, I can jump further than any man. Oh, can you? But you need to give me 3 jumps to get further. Like that's like skimming a human. That's like skimming a human across water. It's so stupid.
I know the other one, and it's like, imagine this is your job. Like imagine this is what you train to do. Do you know what curling is?
Yeah.
And they're brushing through it. It's like, how do you get good at that? You're either good.
I'll admit, I am a massive fan of curling. I love it. I think it's the greatest sport. I'd be class at it.
But how do you train? Because you just have to go. Like I know how to brush, so can I try it for Ireland? You know what I mean? Like rolling the whatever it's called, like the big dome thing.
Yeah,
the stone. That takes a bit of like skill, right?
Yeah.
But after that, it's like you just scrub an ice.
Yeah.
I mean,
he's the best. You get lost in translation there. You're like, he's the best sweeper in the country. And he goes, where's he play? Center mid? And you're like, no, fucking the brush. The brush.
You'll see. You know what I mean? You get like imagine the halftime show at the Belfast Chance. Those people trying to roll something for like 500 quid inclusion voucher.
Here, right, go. Fuck with the nice accounts. Fucking free food. Unreal.
Yeah.
Right, we may wrap up. We're coming to the end of the episode. What have you got coming up? Anything in particular? You've got about 30 seconds.
I have nothing coming up. I have a gigs. I'll post on social media. Just like, subscribe to the podcast, share it everywhere. Follow me on Instagram. Follow Sean on Instagram. Follow the pages on Instagram. All that. Facebook. All the usual jazz.
Perfect.
Sean, take it away.
Yep. If you have liked the podcast, give some shares, give some likes. We really appreciate getting the brand out there, and we'll see you all next one.
See you all. Vote Trump.
Good luck.
Oh, just let me. That clock keeps ticking like a metronome, and my thoughts keep telling me to get me.